My stepdaughter stole from my son and my wife lied to the police about it. 2 days ago my son Jay came to my job upset and crying. He told me my stepdaughter Kay came home with a ton of new purchases, and when he checked his room the money he had been saving was gone. Kay doesn't have a job, but when she does have money, she spends it like it'll burn a hole in her pocket if it stays there. My boss let me go home early and I went home to ask Kay who took her shopping. Kay told me she used her own money. I told her to tell me the truth and she told me to mind my own business. Jay has been working at Papa Murphy's and has been saving it. He was saving to surprise the dad of his friend who passed away for his first birthday without him. His friends had given him money to load onto his car to pay at the pump. It's this weekend for 2 days and they were going to treat dad. Most kids would be saving for their first car or cool clothes, but he wanted to just be there for his friend's dad.
Instead of arguing back and forth with Kay, I checked the camera. We have to check on the dogs.
It only caught her legs, but it was Kay going into Jay's room. The rule in my house is we don't go into each other's room. It's a mutual respect of privacy. I told Kay she was caught and that she needed to get everything to return it all. Kay started throwing every excuse I had it saved for months. How do you know it was me? Someone must have broken in. Her mom came home and she burst into tears, saying we were ganging up on her. I showed my wife the video and what happened. Kay ended up saying, why does he get to have all the money anyway? He worked his butt off for it. I told my wife she needed to make Kay return everything and she said no, that it would be embarrassing to return it all and that when Kay got a job she would repay Jay. I said it'll be more embarrassing when she gets arrested for stealing $400. We argued and I tell my wife Kay broke a non-negotiable rule as well as the law by stealing. She is 19, she doesn't pay rent and needs to leave. My wife says if you kick her out I'm going to. So I asked if she was willing to replace the money stolen, force Kay to return, or she could give me her half of the rent early. No, was all I got as a response. They packed a few bags and left. I was not going to rip the bags of stuff out of her hands. I don't think getting physical would have been the smartest thing to do. Also, I do not have extra money for him to still go. I can only replace the small amount back to his friends and it's not enough to make the trip. He went to bed without eating and was crushed. This morning I called the police. The solution was that the officer would call my wife to bring Kay to the station to talk or she could return the items and pay back Jay, sort of a scare tactic because I was told it is a civil matter. My wife straight up effing lied to the officer and said she gave the money to Kay. Since I don't have actual proof of Jay's money, no proof other than her walking into his room, nothing can be done. I'm livid. I literally watched Jay get his heart broken at the police station. Through tears he said, how could they do this to me? What was this all for? I just wanted to see my friend's dad. Jay is my son from a previous relationship. I had to lecture him on not keeping large amounts of cash in his room, but he didn't think it would get stolen. My wife and Kay have support, staying with family, this won't affect them.